Source Urban Outreach has reached out to the at-risk and unreached through neighborhood and homeless outreach, through a Fallout Urban Arts Center, community and transitional homes, and a national homeless youth outreach since 1987. The Fallout Urban Arts Center is our hub of outreach. It was established in 2001 in an incredibly diverse neighborhood just outside of downtown Minneapolis, where we have the Minneapolis Community of Art and Design across the street from us with the arts. We have 3-4 shelters within a few blocks, and they say there's over 100 languages spoken with a large international community as well. It's an ideal spot for us to be a light in the urban mix of that diversity. When reaching out to the at-risk and unreached, the marginalized, victims, the skeptical, it is so important to have a permanent location, a place that is safe and welcoming, that can not just provide physical and emotional needs, but also from individuals that people can relate to, that can be called friends. Reaching out to those who are hurting, for them to have a community where they feel worth and value is something that they don't have anywhere else in the world. The Fallout has allowed us to do that for going on 20 years now. It's been a place to receive individuals, but also a place for us to be accessible and available.
I've been involved in this neighborhood since 1994. It's been exciting this year as we've been rehabbing the Fallout Urban Arts Center. And as we've been doing that, there's a new energy a part of that and in our programming. We've been involved with community meals, food shelf, prayer weeks, and hostessing art and music events. All of these events are important so that we can make contact and gain trust in order that we can speak into people's lives.
Every year, several hundred volunteers come and serve at Source. Churches, businesses, and individuals donate their time and skills. The Fallout Block Party, our largest outreach event of the year, takes dozens of volunteers to make it a reality. One church in particular sends their junior and senior high youth group to provide a kids carnival. It's a joy to see these kids interacting with and loving on our neighbors.
Source has been reaching out to the marginalized youth and underground traveling community nationally since the late 1990s. Events like Mardi Gras and counterculture gatherings that take place in national forests attract tens of thousands of individuals. Many suffer from broken homes, addictions, and are disillusioned with life. At these gatherings, we host the Jesus Kitchen. We serve hundreds of meals a day, prayer and worship times, many conversations of spirituality and future hope. Some will warm up to you right away, while others come slower after observing you for several years. Breaking down walls, speaking hope into people's future, and praying with individuals who have never received prayer before is incredibly rewarding. Prayers to begin and renew faith journeys, baptism in the woods, and introducing people to recovery homes have been highlights over the years.
Our renovations are allowing us to expand our creative outreach to skeptical and marginalized young adults. Many of these young adults are either artists themselves or they use arts as a way of creative means to communicate to others around them. And as they come to our art center, as we connect with them, it allows us to get to know them, for there to be trust gained, and then for there to be further dialogue for either faith questions or for us to pray with them and minister to them.
Being a friend, serving physical needs, as well as being a voice of God's love and forgiveness, allows us to invite people to go deeper and invite them to be a part of lifelong change. It's incredibly gratifying to see individuals that initially would never come into a church or even look to a social worker to get involved in transitional homes, mentoring, and spiritual formation groups. These groups are based on one hope, seeing individuals grow in their faith, and how congregations can be a lifelong community of support and encouragement, as well as secondly, opportunity, nurturing practical needs, as they make positive life choices, overcoming addictions, seeking GEDs and education goals, entering job skills, and single parenting. To see lives redeemed, individuals be able to overcome incredibly abusive pasts, as well as build foundations for the future is amazing. This has been a very challenging year in many ways, but we've continued to see God's provision. To be a part of this place for nearly 20 years and see new windows and a new kitchen and resource area expanded has been a huge blessing. But not just to have this place have a shiny new coat on it, to be a greater tool that brings in more people We've just in the last few months, we've already seen more individuals and new faces. And we're excited to hear their stories and to see how God redeems their lives. Thank you so much for being a part of this story now, and we're excited to see what happens more in the future.